Welcome to the Sisters with Swords podcast, where we explore God's word and discover his design for women as we wield our weapons of warfare on the battlefield of everyday life. We're your hosts, Holly Knight and Janie Burkett. Hey there, sisters, and welcome to another episode of Sisters with Swords. And yes, I sound like a chain-smoking truck driver. What's up?
Hey, ladies, let's all just reach out a hand right now and pray that Holly will stop smoking all the cigs.
I mean, a pack
Because
a day.
you sound...
A pack a day keeps
the health away.
the health away.
I mean...
I whatever has blown in with this wind in North Texas this past week is killing me.
Yeah, it's kind of getting
got
everybody.
A chokehold on me.
We rebuke the allergies in the name of Jesus.
Oh man, I mean,
cedar has no place.
is that what it is? Is
I
it
don't
cedar?
know. I'm just calling out things.
Ragweed? I don't know.
I'm naming trees.
Because I'm dying. But okay, that aside, I just felt like I needed to just let you ladies know, like I'm singing bass today. But we have such a great interview for you, such a great episode. So
I mean, and just y'all get ready for some very practical information. About your face,
about skincare in your face. Okay.
I know we are here to be obedient to the Lord, but
our bodies are temples.
Our bodies are a temple, and that means the skin on our face. Amen.
Amen. And we've got to take care of it.
Right.
So the face card doesn't get declined. You get what I'm saying? So here's what's up today. We have our dear friend Taylor Siemens on the podcast today, and she is a nurse practitioner, and she has an esthetician med clinic that she just opened called, well, I'm not even going to tell you what it's called. Because I want you to hear it from her, because even the name of her clinic that she just opened is so special and so God ordained. So we are going to link it to the show notes, so you can find her and find Taylor. But she is a nurse practitioner. She does all of the lasers and the needles and all that kind of stuff to your face. And I know you're thinking, like, Holly, how does this have anything to do with Proverbs 31:16? And I am here to tell you that Taylor's life has everything to do with Proverbs 31:16. And just how we had like our sweet friend Ashley Pogue on a couple weeks ago, and she's a luxury fashion influencer. Ladies, we're serious when we mean like whatever sphere of influence you have, you are called to be a light in that sphere.
Amen.
In that field, you are supposed to plant vineyards in your field that'll bless generations to come and bear much fruit. And so we've got our dear sweet friend Taylor on today, and she's going to give you just a little bit of her background, how she got into nurse practitioning, nursing.
Nurse practitioning.
Okay, nurse practitioning. How she got into it. We're going to talk about her ministry at her church. We're going to talk about her new business and how God has called her to step into new territory and evaluating a field and buying it, ladies. It's all there. And then, like Janie said, very practical things. If you want to know what you need to be doing right now, today, for your skin, we're going to talk about it. Okay? Yeah. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, here's one thing. I think, was it the first time you and I went and saw Taylor together, she did hydrofacials on us? Because I remember her doing the hydrofacials on us, and like the hydrofacials, it's like this little like tube.
Yeah.
And it
pushes and sucks at the same time.
It sucks stuff out and pushes stuff in.
Yeah.
Of your, and as it's sucking all of the dirt and the stuff out of your skin, you can see it because it's a clear tube. And I remember she swirled it around and she was like, look at what was in your face. And it was so upsetting.
It was.
To see all of the just creepy crawlies that were in our pores.
This is disgusting.
Came out and were floating in this water. And she's like, look at this, girls. And now yours was worse than mine.
Well, of course.
Because I wash my face.
I don't.
So you had a lot more floaters.
Are y'all eating?
In the hydrofacial
Hopefully
pit.
none of y'all are eating.
We've seen what was in Janie's pores, and it was upsetting.
No one's surprised by this.
No one is surprised by this.
If they've listened to more than a couple of episodes, they're like, this tracks.
No, I know, we've gone and seen Taylor together several times,
Yes.
and we just always have so much fun with us. And she's like one of the girls, she's like one of the sisters, and she's drop dead gorgeous, which you're gonna see on here on YouTube, or we'll put some clips up on Instagram as well. But
I should have actually gotten Taylor to testify to this while she was
please.
on, but I have had several people ask me if you've had your lips done, and I just want everyone.
My lips?
Yes.
Really?
No, not like people maybe that don't know you from a long time.
Yeah.
Like they are like, oh, she gets her lips done, right? I'm like, no, those have
Never.
been her lips since
Never. These
December
are
17th,
my
1982.
natural lips.
Yeah. So,
Oh, right. My husband just walked in.
come here. And no.
Bradley just walked into the podcast studio and he goes, "Told ya," because I want to get my lips done. Like,
And Taylor will not let her.
And
neither will Bradley.
well, no, Bradley is like, you cannot do it. And I've told Taylor, and Taylor goes, "Well, I could put a little bit in there and he wouldn't know. Like, I could do it and he would not be able to find out." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't do it. I'm a submissive wife. If he told me no, I'm not going to do it." But she's like, obviously you don't need it, but if you wanted it, I could do it to where your husband wouldn't know. And I'm like, that is a great quality to have, Taylor. But also, I'm not going to do it. But I can't believe that people asked you if I've had my lips done.
Isn't that so nice?
That just
I knew that would bless
made
you.
my day.
I knew that would bless you.
I have figured out how to like contour the lips to make them look fuller.
That's so great for you. I've got chapstick on.
Yeah, because I do want bigger, fuller lips.
Just don't have time for all of that.
I know you
Just
don't,
put
but
it
I
on
will take the
chapstick.
time, honey, because I want big lips. I want my lips to enter the room before I do.
Yeah.
But and also I am scared to death to put a needle in my lips.
Yeah.
Scared to death.
Yeah.
So I've not done. So these are all the reasons why I've not done it. Number one, I might pass out. Number two, my husband explicitly forbids it. And I mean explicitly forbids me putting anything in my lips. And, so that's why I haven't done it. But if I were going to get them done, I'd go see Taylor. So if this is up your alley, Taylor's your girl. And you're going to find out with this interview from her, like she's the real deal.
Yes. I love her.
We love her so much. So, okay, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, this has been a great moment for me. Someone asked me why aren't they asking me? No one's asking me if I've got my lips done. I guess you don't ask somebody that to their face, but they'll ask you.
But you asked their sister.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Has anybody ever asked you if I've had my lips done?
No.
No.
But,
Nobody's ever confused that. Because
there's many years left on you, girl. So there's time yet that someone can come and ask me. So if anyone wants to hit me up and ask me if Janie's gotten her lips done, that would really make her day. Just let me know.
It wouldn't, because now I think you're lying.
Okay, great.
So
okay, well, without further ado, here is our interview, our conversation with our dear friend, Nurse Practitioner Taylor Siemens. Taylor, our sweet dear friend, welcome to Sisters with Swords.
I'm so excited to be here. I've been listening to the episode, so excited to be on and have a good conversation.
Okay, well, you're the best. And just to give our listeners just a little quick update, I told you we were going to ask you to be on next semester of the podcast, and we had someone that backed out, last minute. And I was in the car on my way to see you, and I called Janie, and I was like, what are we going to do? And Janie goes, I wonder if Taylor would be on. And I was like, oh, my goodness, I'm literally going to be seeing Taylor in 10 minutes. And then I talked to you about it. And so we're going to talk about this because I just think it's God ordained. It's his timing, and God's timing is very important to you. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But you are, okay, Taylor, I want to get this right. And are you called an esthetician, or I know you're a nurse practitioner? What is your title?
Yeah, I'm a nurse practitioner.
Okay.
But I do a lot of work with skin. So laser physics is my specialty. And so I get confused for an esthetician a lot just because they focus on skin.
Yes.
But I'm playing around with lasers and zapping things. I think much more like plastic surgery, derm, OR type stuff.
Okay, so you are you get to have a knife in your hand essentially. So it's not like estheticians are, just giving sweet little facials and you're like, no, I'm about to come in and bust some stuff up if I need to. Like you've got the power tools.
Yeah, the
Yes.
zapping. We
Yeah.
love, the ladies need to be zapped.
That's right.
From time
That's
to
right.
time.
We love a good zapping.
We do love a good
Yeah.
zapping. Hallelujah.
And okay, and tell us how did you get into that? Like what was your path getting into nurse practitioning with skin?
Yeah. It's funny. When I was a little kid, that question everyone gets asked, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, I would say, well, I really want to teach people, but I don't want to be a teacher in the classroom. And I really want to help people with their beauty, but I don't want to be like a hairstylist, but I also want to be like helping people with medicine, but I don't want to be in a hospital. And my parents would be like, okay, girl, this is not an answer. Like,
That
pick a
doesn't
lane. What do you want to do?
exist.
And so it's funny now, 10 years into this, I'm like, no, that's exactly what I'm
You're
doing.
doing all of those things.
Yeah, practicing medicine, helping people, not in a hospital. I spend majority of my time teaching other clinicians and helping them serve their patients well. And I'm helping people in aesthetics. So somehow combined that long-winded childhood answer into a career.
That's unbelievable. And you do so much more than treat patients and see patients. We're obviously friends and follow you on Instagram. And girl, you are out there like planes, trains, and automobiles across the United States
And the world.
Yes, and the world, and teaching. I don't even tell me what it is you're teaching.
Yeah, most of the time it's a mix. I teach a lot of laser physics. I teach a lot of business, so helping other operators function in their business better and build healthy, thriving businesses. But also spend a lot of time just teaching clinicians. I'm in the aesthetic space, right? So med
Yes.
spa, plastic surgery. And so a lot of times it just becomes about like sales and vanity and those
Yes.
things. Majority of the time, my conversations are about how do we care for these people in our treatment chairs and their time of need to make them feel heard and special. And as counter culture as it sounds, like even though we're focused on aesthetics, how do you help people not find their worth and value in the way that they're looking while we're helping them feel confident in the way they look?
Yeah.
And so we spend a lot of time with clinicians helping them kind of thread that needle and take care of people well.
And how did you go from merely practicing this to teaching this? Like, what was that path? Because I've seen some of your videos online, like knowing you personally, like you are absolutely in your lane with teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you realize that you had that gift or you had that passion? And how did it translate from your office onto like stages and platforms around the world?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I just started talking to the people in my corners in my career of, hey, what do you see in me? I spent a lot of time early in my career asking other vendors and reps and people I worked with, like, what do you see in me? What could I be doing to help this industry in a different way besides just poking people with needles? And I'm so thankful that so many people have just spoke such great things over my career and my life. And, really they started coming to me. Hey, we have these people that kind of think like you that need help. Would you spend some time with them? Okay, cool. Now there's this practice in, a different state that thinks like you and wants to learn a little bit more. And now it's just turned into, literally 38 weekends of the month we are on the road in
Yes.
Other cities, other countries, like you said, just getting to pour into people that want to practice in aesthetics like we do, but want to do more with the skill set that they have and helping people feel valued.
And you say we're on the road. So tell us a little bit, because I think it's so special. Like, who is traveling with you? Who is we?
Yeah, so my husband, John, is my chief of staff. And so he's worked with me full time for about 4.5 years now on our training consulting company. And so he really manages all of the vendor relationships at this point. We're a little too big for me to be the point person for everything. And so that's been really special too, just because he has such a passion for helping people, but his passion is not medical aesthetics.
Right.
But being able to come alongside and support these vendor relationships and the manufacturers of the devices that we use to pour into them in the way that I'm pouring into clinicians.
Yeah.
And so we just have a blast. I mean, we get to spend every weekend hanging out in a different city and pouring into other people. It's such a gift.
And that's so fun to, again, like follow you on social media and watch that, because it's like, where is Taylor now? And what are they doing now? And where are they eating? Where are they shopping? Like all this fun stuff. And so that's just one of the, fun things about following you on social media is you are traveling so much, and you get to do it with your husband, who has come alongside you and is supporting you in this business, which, is very, very special. And Janie, you can probably speak to that a little bit, working with your husband as well. But it takes a special relationship to be able to be in business with your spouse. Janie, what do you think?
I mean, yes, I think Taylor, and neither Taylor nor John are as spicy as me and my husband can be. So I feel like they probably had not quite the learning curve that we did. But
do y'all fight? Would you
agree?
Are you guys,
would you agree with that, or did you have a learning curve? How did that work out?
Again, like I was saying, like we have people that speak into our lives so much. One of the biggest pieces of advice we got when we first decided to work together was to hire a business coach who specializes in spousal partnerships at work. And so I'm so thankful for that, because we worked with him for about 2 years. And it's kind of flip-flop. So we're a very traditional family. Like at home, like, John, head of the household, that type of thing. Like I lean on him for so much wisdom and knowledge and things like that. But at work, it's flip-flop.
You're the boss.
I'm in charge.
Yeah.
And so we really wanted someone who was used to working with couples on that and knew how to help kind of guide and navigate. And so I would say overall, it's been very easy for us. Not to say we don't sometimes have to be like, no, wife hat, or no, I'm speaking to you as a business owner here, as as the CEO of this company. But we're good at checking those things. And I think it's just because of that coach we had. He was so helpful in all of that.
Wow. I mean, what a firm foundation to start, working together, to have like coaching and wise counsel like that at the very beginning. I can't imagine how, to set you up for success. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is your marriage,
Yes. And I have a very discerning husband, which is helpful. He actually, I sent him to business school like 3 years ago. And when I say I sent him, I mean it. I wanted to go get my executive MBA and I didn't have time. So I was like, please, let's enroll you because I can learn off of your stuff. And that was helpful too, because he was there with some really high functioning individuals, like CEOs of multi-billion dollar companies, very smart, capable individuals. And he came out of that program saying, okay, I got the knowledge, but I am not an executive. I don't think like that. My brain doesn't do that. Like, Taylor, that is your lane. I am here to support you in that. And so that was also very helpful, because we're not confused about what roles we're both supposed to be playing in our life and in our business.
So you both know your strengths and you're just leaning into it. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. I want to talk to you about, because you recently just opened, do you call it a practice or a clinic, or what do you call your new business? I want to make sure I'm getting the terms right, and forgive my ignorance with all of this.
Yeah, either works. They're kind of synonymous. Okay. So it's an aesthetic practice or clinic. Yeah, same thing.
And so you just opened it, and it is yours.
It is, yeah.
And when I met you, golly, Taylor, when did I meet you?
It was
7 years ago.
Yeah.
No, I met her before COVID.
Oh, okay.
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
You were working for another business and helping them build their brand and helping them build their footprint in the DFW area. And literally, like within the past few months, you have close that chapter of your life, and God has called you to step into something new that is yours, that you own. You're building this for you now, essentially, instead of building it for somebody else. And so I want you to kind of take us through that process. Like, what was it like at your previous company and working for them and building, a big brand for them? And then what was that like for God calling and saying, okay, it's time for you to step out on faith? And you can say, you can tell us also, you just told me the other day, it happened quicker than you thought it would.
Yeah, very quick. We've had the training consulting company now for about 6 or 7 years, and that was not associated with the practices that I was helping build.
Right.
And all in the same realm of things. One was just patient care. One was coaching and training. And the fun thing about what we're building now is we get to really combine those. So it's all under one roof. It's all under one brand. And so there's not this fractured, hey, this is how you should be doing it, but sometimes I have to do it a different way because it's not my business of how I'm treating patients, to now we really have full authority and autonomy to practice what we preach and how we do every little thing. And so, it's fun. We're really, a couple weeks, honestly, into, I think we've been treating here for about 14 days. So it's very fresh,
Yes.
but it's been so fun just to see, oh my gosh, all the things that we've been teaching all of these years, we really get to put this into practice in every aspect. And it's been a lot of fun, but, if you would have asked me 5 months ago what I'd be doing right now, this would not have been my answer. It came very quickly, and I'm sure we'll jump into all of that in this conversation.
Yeah, I do. I want to know, what was your timeline, and what did you think your career trajectory was going to be versus what it actually is, and why do you think the Lord sped it up or called you to do this quicker than you thought he did? And here's what I do want to bring it back to, Taylor, is the verse that this interview is correlating with is she evaluates a field and buys it, and she plants a vineyard with her earnings. And on our Tuesday episode, where we were diving into this verse, the word evaluates there is she has to use discernment. And she has to use discretion when looking at a field, and we're not called to buy or to invest into every field. Not every territory is ours. So there's got to be discretion there, and we want to make sure that the fields that we are buying, that we are investing, that we are going to plant in, have good fertile soil, and will reap a really great harvest. And so I was actually talking to John about this just a couple days ago when I was there at your clinic, because he was like, well, what is this podcast going to be about? And so I told him the verse, and he was like, oh my goodness, that's like perfect for Taylor, because it's just, you've probably had so many different opportunities be presented to you over the years, but it's, why is it this one that you said, yes, this is the quote unquote field that I'm going to buy, that I have discerned is good, that there's going to be good soil, there's going to be good fruit that comes out of this. And the timeline, again, was not what you thought it would be. So take us through just like the feelings and the process and the wisdom that you had to exercise to leave what you had been at for years to step out into the unknown, to essentially buy a whole new, brand new field and plant things in that field that are going to last. What has that been like for you?
Yeah, and I'll say that one verse, there's just so much depth in it. Yeah. And I love it because it's not impulsive. It's so intentional.
Yes.
That she doesn't just go dream about a vineyard. She's studying the field first. She's making wise investment, and then goes to work planting something that will bear fruit for many people for years to come.
Yes.
A vineyard is not for that immediate gratification.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, I've been doing this about 10 years, and I think from the very beginning we had always said, oh, one day we'll probably if the Lord allows, we'll want to do this on our own. And there have been several times where we thought, okay, now's probably the time. Let's start looking. Let's study the field. And it has never panned to anything. Nothing ever felt like we didn't have peace over it. There wasn't clarity over taking tangible steps in those things. But I've studied a lot of fields in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But this particular time, so I gave my last company a 4-month notice for my resignation. And it was probably about 3 weeks before I gave that resignation that we just felt something. So we were in church, we were studying Ephesians, and our pastor said something about Kairos. It means time. It's not like time on a chronometer, a watch,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's an appointed time, an appointed season. It's recognizing you are being called to something from the Lord. And when I heard that word and he was describing it, I just started sobbing in church. I mean, I'm literally looking around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what this word means to me at the time, but it clearly brought up an emotional reaction from me.
Yeah.
My husband and I serve in different places of the church, so we don't actually attend like Sunday service together. But when we got in the truck that day, I told him, I said, John, this crazy thing happened to me. When he started talking about something, I was very emotional. And John said, was it when he talked about Kairos? And I said, yes. Oh my gosh, how'd you know? He said, the same thing happened to me. I just paused and I couldn't turn away. And so we didn't know it meant anything at the time. We really both were just like, okay, noted. There's something coming. If we both were called and recognized something, not even being together and had the same response, this must mean something. We should perk our ears. And the next morning, so that was on a Monday, I woke up and felt just like extreme emotion over where I was working. I hate to label it disgust because nothing was going wrong. Nothing was a problem there, but I had never felt so apathetic to something before, which is weird because I have given the last 6 years of my life to building this company up. But I prayed about it and I just said, Lord, if this is supposed to be something, I say this all the time. I'm like, Lord, I'm dumb. I'm going to need you to make this so clear because I will mess this up if I'm relying on me. And so I said, I need you to make it apparent that I'm not supposed to be here. And that day, I could list for hours all of the things that just started unfolding that were not right with me. And then we just said, okay, I don't think we can be here. And so we started studying some other vineyards, and literally 2 weeks later, we were ready to go with what is now Kairos Aesthetic Medicine.
Golly.
Wow.
And you named it Kairos. Like that's the name you said.
That's the name.
This is it.
Yeah. For the same thing, when I pray, like, Lord, I'm dumb. I need you to make this blatantly clear. I'm that way in business too. I'm like, I will mess this up if I have any confusion that this is my doing or that my 10 years of hard work earned me this. That's not what this is. This is an appointed season from the Lord that I know, there's a knowing that I'm doing the right thing here. And so I need, every time we pick up the phone or send an email or welcome people in, I need to be reminded that this is an appointed time, not something that I just dreamt up.
But I love the idea of, that Kairos timing, because throughout Scripture, we see that everything has such an appointed time. And we see Jesus when he died on the cross. The religious leaders of that day were looking for a time to kill him for years. but it was at the appointed time when he could be crucified at Passover,
Yeah.
when he became the Passover lamb for us, but it was years that these people were trying to kill him, and they were always looking for an opportunity, but it wasn't until God said, now it's the appointed time. And you look throughout all of scripture and everything, I think the very first time we see that actually is with Sarah, right? In Genesis, when it says, but at the appointed time, she gave birth to Isaac. And so, God started his covenant people through Abraham and Sarah at the appointed time. And he had given her the word that she was going to have, a baby 25 years earlier. So hallelujah that you didn't have to wait 25 years, Taylor. And hopefully we don't got to wait 25 years sometimes for that word from the Lord to come. But it is always at that appointed time. And, even in Genesis 1, it talks about God creating all of the signs in the heaven to mark the appointed times. And so he always is working on a calendar and a timeline that's different than what we think it might be.
That's right. And Taylor, I want to do just a little bit of a pivot too, because you are a worship leader. You are a beautiful singer, and you sing and lead worship at your church. And so I do want to talk to you a little bit about that. And I know this is going to sound wild, but I think, yes, absolutely, as a worship leader, that's one thing, that is its own thing. But we know that worship is not just what we do on Sunday mornings. It's a lifestyle. And anything and everything that we do when we do it as unto the Lord is worship. And so I believe that what you're doing in your practice is also worship. But what is that like, taking that attitude or that the presence of the Lord with you from leading worship on Sundays into your, Monday to Friday, Saturday, whatever job? Like, how do you notice the continuity of the Lord's presence with you in that?
Yeah, I mean, it's steady. I think, like you said, it's a way of life. I mean, we get to our practice before anyone is here, and we are literally praying for and over every single patient on our schedule that day. We're praying over all of our team, and we're playing worship music in the morning, like all of those things, because I want this place. That's been our prayer, honestly, is like, Lord, would you be palpable in this business? And it's the same thing, just like church. It's not these four walls that we're in, but when people think of our business, would they think of your kindness and your generosity and your love for people? And so we bring that everywhere we are, whether it's on a platform at some church or whether it's while we're scrubbing toilets, getting ready for the day. I mean, it is, for me, worship is just like, again, desiring for the Lord's palpable presence. And I think it's really powerful to have that wherever you are.
And how long, tell us where you are currently leading worship and how long you've been there.
Yeah, I'm at Fellowship Bible Church in Dallas. So if you're in Dallas, it's just off of 75 and Park, like on the other side of the highway from North Park Mall. And I've been there, oh my gosh, for like 15 years at this point.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I've been singing since like my third Sunday there. And
I know right where that is. It's by the Costco Business Center.
There you go, right there. Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking there's a really good Nordstrom rack there.
Yeah.
Right there as well.
But also have you been to the Costco Business Center, Taylor?
I have not. I'm a Sam's Club card holder, not a Costco.
Oh.
Wow. That's borderline blasphemous.
What are those fighting words? I don't know.
Yeah, they are. But we'll still be friends. We will still be friends. Janie, calm down.
Okay.
Janie, bring it down. So you've been there for 15 years, and they had you up there. They heard you, or they saw something in you, and had you start leading worship pretty immediately.
Yeah, and I've been leading worship ever since I was a kid. My very first, I guess, mentors in life, you could call it, were a husband and wife worship team at the church I grew up in college. Or I'm sorry, they were in college at the time. I was a child. I was in like probably sixth grade, and I know I was singing in kids choir, and they were like, "Hey, you have a heart of worship." And at the time, I'm like, I don't know what that means. I just like to sing these songs.
Yeah.
But they kind of started pouring into me and mentoring me and let me lead worship in big church, and so I've been doing that for so long, but so thankful to them. Their name, Mikey and Carrie Lataw, they lead the Wesley Foundation in the college town I grew up in.
Wow.
And still to this day, I mean, we keep up with each other and just pray over each other's lives. But they were the first people I think that ever identified, like, hey, you have something here, and it's not just about the way that you carry a tune. You could grow this into a lifestyle of an act of worship in everything that you do.
Well, and speaking of that, and Janie and I talk about this a lot on here, that we say that quote unquote ministry, or a lot of in evangelicalism in America right now, it's like, there's a ministry, there's people that work at churches, they're in the ministry, and then we're over here doing our own thing. And we've talked about multiple times how, and for me personally, I believe that the people who are in the clinics, in the classrooms, at the schools, in the courthouses, working at the restaurants, doing all of this, I believe that their ministry is more important than quote unquote ministry that's happening at a church, because that's where the Lord, he's called all of us to go ye therefore into all the world and to preach the gospel. And so therefore, I believe that what you are doing, even though it's in the skincare, beauty, aesthetics, med spa, whatever space, and to some people could seem like a superficial situation. It just is not. And we had on our podcast a couple of weeks ago, Ashley Pogue, who is an influencer. She is a luxury fashion influencer, and she goes to all these different fashion weeks in Paris and Milan, and she goes to all these different shows. And we talked about, she goes, I'm taking the presence of the Lord with me. And if I don't do that, like literally who is going to do that in these places? Do you know what I mean? And I feel the same about you. Like it's, people can dismiss it and say, oh, it's, it's just Botox. Oh, or it's just, facials, or it's just whatever. And
I'm team Dysport, by the way.
Yeah. But it's like, no, like these women are coming into your clinic and are going through all sorts of different things. And just like you said, you want them to come in and feel the presence of the Lord, whether they recognize it as the presence of the Lord or not. And you to share the kindness of the Lord and the love of the Lord with all of your patients that come in. And so I want to talk to you, or just have you kind of expound on that and explain, like, what is your heart for the women and the men that come into your clinic? And have you heard any cool testimonies, or have you been able to share your faith with anybody? Like, what has that been like?
Yeah, I mean, daily, yes. And I'll be honest, when I first got into this industry, I spent the first 3 or 4 years really struggling with that. Like, is this wrong for me to be doing these superficial or vanity things? And I prayed a lot over that. I sought discernment on that. And it took me about 3 or 4 years to get an answer of like, oh no, I am practicing where the Lord has placed me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I didn't leave is because I wasn't getting oh no, you're wrong for this. I never felt like the Lord was telling me I was wrong for it, but I didn't have like approval for it either. It took a long time for me to explore and have these conversations. And as I was kind of finally coming to the end of it, of like, oh, I'm having conversations with these patients that no one has ever had before about, they could be going to see someone else and have these conversations of worth and value and be told that more Botox will solve their problems,
Right.
or adding more lip filler will make their husband appreciate them more.
Right.
Those are the conversations that are being had in other treatment chairs, where those are not the conversations that we have in our treatment rooms, and they're much they're very loving and they're very kind, and I speak about the Lord often. The one of the patients that really sealed, okay, no, I'm doing the right thing, is she's a Muslim patient of mine, and I see her and I see one of her friends who is a male. They come in together, and he might be a cousin or something, I'm not sure, but we're having a conversation about, hey, you're very open about your faith online and things like that. And I said, well, I am just curious. We obviously believe very different things from a faith and religion standpoint. What makes you feel comfortable with me treating you? And their response was, well, while we don't believe in what you believe, we know people who say they believe the things that you believe and really live their life out as you do will take very good care of us and make sure that we are in good hands. Like, they trusted me more because I'm actively living out my faith.
Wow.
And I thought, wow, what a beautiful thing for all of my patients to know, hey, I live this life where I'm here to care for you, and I seek more than just your desire for physical beauty to help you navigate whatever's going through life. And I just think that's a really privileged place to be for every single person I see every day.
Yeah. Gosh, that's beautiful, Taylor. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to have just a little fun here if we can. I want to know what's your favorite thing to do to somebody's face?
Like not what gives the best result or something like that, but what do you go, this is fun for me?
Yeah.
Like, is it pimple popping?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
If I have to pop a pimple, I will throw up on my patient.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
an esthetician. God bless estheticians, because they get giddy when they pop something, and I will not do any of that.
Okay.
I love that. Okay, so what is your favorite thing to do?
Yeah, laser. So laser resurfacing, we're basically just burning people's faces off in a very medically sound way.
Yes.
And lo and behold, they emerge with a completely new baby fresh face a few weeks later. It's a lot of fun.
Is that the one where the skin sheds like a snake? Like
Yes.
it's just like you're literally just shedding a whole entire
Just
layer of
all
skin.
falls off.
It's
Yes.
woman against the serpent.
It is
just like
It is.
Genesis
Genesis
3.
3:15.
Genesis 3:15.
Oh, that's amazing.
funny.
Okay, and then but now, what is your favorite thing to do that gives your favorite results to see?
Yeah, that as well. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah. Okay.
like if they have really deep wrinkles and lines, I mean, they just are obliterated. They go away. So those are the fun ones, because typically with those cases, I'll get people that have had a pretty hard life. Also, like, there are lifestyle factors that are coming in that have led to the way that they're looking. And so whenever you see them and they just are a fresh spirit with getting rid of all of that damage, there's some really, really powerful stories in there. I've got one patient who is raising her 7 grandchildren. I mean, she's got
Wow.
a really tough life. I won't share all the details, but it's a tough life. And she looked about 30 or 40 years older than she really is because of that
Wow.
life.
Wow.
And the day that I met her, I mean, even in her before photos, you can tell she's staring at the ground. She would not look at anyone. She was not pleased with what she represented to the world. And she actually didn't come to us for vanity reasons. She came to us out of concern for her grandchildren that she was raising, because she said, I have no confidence, and I am responsible for shaping the way my grandchildren see themselves in the future. I need help to see myself better. And so we, of course, poured into her in other ways, but did laser. And when she came back for her follow-up appointments, girls, she was in a hot pink leather skirt, hot
Yeah,
pink
she
heels,
was.
had eyelashes on, lipstick. I mean, she shook
Okay.
the janitor's hand when she walked in. Like, I am here. You are all welcome to appreciate my presence. Those are the fun things because that does change generations. For now, those kids to be
Yes.
raised by a woman who stakes claim and who is proud to be present, that changes things for kids, and to grow up with a confident woman,
Yes.
that's a different family story.
And that's, I mean, and that's ministry.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that that's not ministry, that
Yeah.
that's not changing someone's family for the better.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love that.
Okay, so let's say we've got some listeners out there who have not really done much in the way of treatments. What would you say is a good gateway treatment? Easily accessible, maybe on the lower end from the price spectrum. Broad applies to everybody, all skin types or most skin types. What would you say is something along those lines?
BBL photo facials are my very favorite thing. So they treat reds and browns, and there's all this really cool data that shows they change gene expression for aging. And so it's a good way to really like erase yesterday's damage while preventing like future damage that comes from it. So it's pretty cost tolerable. There's very little pain involved, no downtime. Those are ones that we do a lot of.
And I think I've had that.
Yes.
And it has totally changed because I had a ton of sun damage
Yep.
/ I don't even know if it was melasma. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but I feel like I had some of that pop up, years ago after giving birth to Harper, like with my pregnancy, and it would just not go away. And I had so much sun damage on my face. And even when I was seeing Taylor just a couple days ago, she was like, "Holly, look at your face." Because it treated the past and prevented the future.
Yes.
Like I'm a witness. I can testify to the BBL photo facial for
Totally.
sure. Okay, so just as we're wrapping up, Taylor, and we're so grateful for your time today.
Can I ask one more
Oh,
question?
yeah. Sorry, my
Okay,
bad. I do this all the time. Like with every interview, I'm like, okay, let me wrap it up. I want to be, aware
Well,
of
because
everyone's time.
if you'll notice, she just is like boom, 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 question, and then let's wrap up. I'm like, do I get to ever talk?
Because I'm ready to go. I'm
know.
here for the interview, Jamie.
Okay, what are the best things that women can be doing at home to care for their skin?
Sunscreen.
Okay.
Wear your
Yeah.
skin sunscreen. Reapply your sunscreen. Yes.
Yes. And is there like a specific type of sunscreen that we need to look for or stay away from?
Whatever sunscreen you are willing to put on every single morning is the right sunscreen for you.
Is the one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
And that's going to protect us because we love the sun, but the sun does not always love our skin. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a tan, if you really break down the science of a tan is DNA damage. It is a sign that your skin is actively being damaged by UV exposure. So, so many people love a tan and want to have a tan. It's literally a symptom of
but
damaging DNA.
everybody looks skinnier with a tan.
We all
That
look
is
better with
true.
the tan, Taylor.
Spray
And
tan.
and literally
Okay.
as this episode comes out, I am going to be, as we speak, tanning on the Lido deck
You
of
know
the
what?
Disney Destiny cruise ship, Taylor.
I'll
And I'm
BBL
just
you,
letting
leave
you
it
know.
back. We'll erase all the damage.
I'm just letting you know. You call it a problem. I call it a passion
Hilarious.
and a pastime.
Live
So I'm
your
just-
live your passion. It's job security for me. So that's
Okay,
it.
great. That's exactly. That's right. Because the more I get tan, the more I got to
she
go
has
back
to
and
fix
see
it
she's
with
got
a
to fix
BBL.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
So funny. That's so funny. Okay.
You can wrap it up now.
Okay.
You have my
Janie just said I
permission.
can wrap it up now. Thank you, Janie.
You're welcome.
God bless you. Okay, so Taylor, what I want to leave with, and this has been so much fun. Love getting to have heard your testimony and just how God has ordained your steps, and then talk about some fun stuff as well. But at the end of this verse, it says she plants a vineyard with her earnings, and you had kind of touched on this as well. That a vineyard is number one, it's not a quick harvest. And vineyards are also very generational. I've been to Tuscany, I've been to Napa, and I've toured vineyards. And the people that are on these vineyards, own these vineyards, have been there for generations. And that may be physical generations, like I've given birth to somebody, or generations like in the spirit, or business generations, like I've got somebody else that I'm pouring into, or whatever. So it's generational, no matter how you look at it, and it means we're doing something that's going to matter for a very long time. And so I want to know, for you with Kairos aesthetics and training, what is your hope? What is your prayer for years to come? Because this is a very brand new business that you have. But what is your hope generationally for years to come that you see as fruit from this business?
Yeah. My gosh, it's honestly not even, if the Lord calls Kairos to be open for years and generations in a physical building, amazing. My focus is not on fast growth or even how long this lasts, but it's about how we're pouring into people. And so what gets me so excited, and that knowing I talked about earlier, like I have seen it. I have seen what the Lord is going to do with this, and it looks like women and men leaving our treatment chairs and going home and speaking into their relationships a little better, and changing the language that they do around beauty with their children. It's with our clinicians that we are training so much and teaching them and equipping them to love on people that literally changes generations to come. Like, that's the generational piece that I see with Kairos. I could not tell you what's going to happen to this building that we're going to be in, or what our profit margins are going to look like. I'm working hard on those things, and I am praying over those things. But that's not where our fruit is going to be. The fruit is in the lives that we're pouring into. And I think about our team members too. Most of our team are not Christians, and they see how we're behaving. In fact, one of our team members has told us, I'm not a Christian. I'm interested in learning more. And the reason I want to work with you and John is to see how that's actually lived out. I don't have any examples of what it looks like to live this out.
Wow.
That's the fruit that we're looking for. That's the vineyard we are planting, is that it will change self-perceptions, and it will change conversations in a way that just helps people see God's love and God's integrity in our value and how he speaks of us.
Wow.
Amen.
Well, Taylor, this was a Kairos time for us, because the Lord knew we needed to talk to you. Yeah. And this has been just a joy and a treat to have you on our podcast today. And we're so thankful for you and so thankful for your time. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to link your website, Kairos Aesthetics. Is that what it is? Is it a Kairos Aesthetics, or what's it called?
Kairos Aesthetic Medicine is our patient care arm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to link that to the show notes. We're going to link your Instagram to the show notes. Is there anything else that we can direct or point men and women to where they can find you or look up anything about you?
Yeah, Instagram for my page, so taylorsiemens.np, and then Kairos Aesthetic Medicine, and then our website. Those are the best places.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to do that. So the ladies, and we've got a few men that listen, so they know how to find you and can come in and get a BBL photo facial.
Yes.
And erase all that sun damage that we know you have.
I love.
You have it, and she's going to get rid of it. But thank you so much for your time today, Taylor. This has been so lovely and just so God ordained. And we love you so much, and we're so grateful for you.
Same. Thank you, ladies. See you soon.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. That's it. We love you, sisters. We'll see you next week. Sisters with Swords is produced and edited by Holly Knight. Original music by the Minister of Funk and Husband of the Year, Bradley Knight. Artwork by Holly Knight. And dinner tonight will also be provided by Holly Knight. Please subscribe and share this podcast with your friends, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Sisters with Swords. We're cheering you on, sister. Go wield your sword.